Welcome to Unbiased and on the Fence. I'm Shane. Thank you guys so much for joining. This is sort of just an after show with me and Eileen hanging out. I'm so glad that you're here, Eileen. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, that was fun. What did you think of that whole thing? I mean, gosh, that was, is it like a different world, you know?
It is like, it's like a different planet, if we're allowed to say that, because I don't want to offend flat earthers, because I don't mind if the earth is flat, but it's like leaving planet Earth and waking up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
It was magical.
It was very magical.
And you know what? It's sort of like probably the biggest takeaway for me. And James actually said this in the interview that I'll be releasing or whatever. But it's like, you know, you hear you'll see it when you believe it, or you'll believe it when you see it. You know, that's sort of flipping it on its head. I'll believe it when I see it, and it's actually the other way around. And I think it just expanding my awareness to know that there's so much going on, not just there, but everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to experience things that were definitely out of the norm. You know, we got an interesting picture that I did post on Facebook of, I'll try to pull it up here in a second because it's probably pretty handy, but it's of the orb with me and you. That was the very first night, wasn't it?
That was the first night. And the first
can...
sky watch, and it was early. It was like 10 o'clock. Everybody just gotten out into the field. And James said, I'm going to stand in the field and try to attract some orbs. And then he was on his own, and everybody was flashing because you got to flash to catch orbs. And he said, come and join me. And you and I were the only ones brave enough to do it. We just went, okay. And we jumped into the field. And then
here it is. They're looking at it now as we're talking about this.
Oh,
our eyes
good.
looked so creepy, didn't they?
Did they flash light with the flash?
Yeah, they look golden or something. But
you know what's odd though? Usually orbs are flying around the ground. That light is just shooting down from the sky. It's almost like from a visitor.
Right.
That's the longest. Lines. That's the longest orb photo I've ever seen in my life. How about you?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's huge.
Yeah, let me see if I can just go to the one there. This isn't normally seen, but I'm going to the one right before that. This is literally just a few seconds before. Let's see.
Is that at Tsuko's camera where it's all foggy? Did you get hers that show like fog around us, which was kind of like plasma?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, Atsuko has some.
This was just the one that my camera took just before the one that saw the orb. So I'm letting people see.
Oh, what does that look like? We just look like we're standing there.
Exactly.
Nothing, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess I need to try to figure out how to share the screen.
That's okay.
It's like everybody can see it but you.
That's okay. You're telling me what's on the screen.
Okay, let's see. There we go. This one. So I was showing how.
And that little girl, Lily, I swear she saw it. Look, she turns around and looks at it.
You can actually tell the difference in the timing because that little girl and the other person's right here.
Uh-huh.
So they're walking up. Just in that time.
Like 2 steps. And look at the streak behind us, too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like one in front of us, one behind us.
Whoever had your camera said, I saw it. And we said, with your eyes? And she said, yeah, I saw it with my eyes. And it goes right across my heart and right into your solar plexus where it stops and it doesn't carry on into the field.
Nope,
see that?
Like it stops right here.
Yeah.
This one here I can see goes all the way to here.
That one goes all the way to the field. But if you look, it crosses your solar plexus and it crosses my heart.
Yeah.
And what I said to Shane, because it was kind of embarrassing, we were like, paparazzi, red carpet, because everybody's flashing away and we're just standing in the field. Right. I'm like, let's draw in the love orbs. Let's get the love orbs going. And we were just laughing.
Right.
Look at how long your fingers are. Now, if you were in, that's the field we were in, but closer to the mountain, past the Stargate, which is that tented with flags, that area. It's not tented, but it's like
Right.
makeshift tent made out of flags.
Yeah, that's right back here in the darkness.
That's where the vortex opened up. So I think that whole field can be a vortex. I think that whole field can shift and change. Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. While I got this camera roll up here, let
Oh, there she
me.
is moving still.
Yeah, that's like the next one. So you can see the
Yeah.
difference in those three that were literally just taken just seconds apart.
You got to be fast to catch those orbs. There's James.
Yeah. There was nothing there when we were out there with him, though.
No, but Atsuko caught a few clouds whirling around her camera around us.
Is that the sky?
Did you get some night shots
Well, this was looking through James' equipment.
with your camera?
Yeah, but nothing was happening. So, I mean, it looks cool, but it didn't capture anything.
Do you remember those first few lights that lit up on the base of the mountain? Ooh,
Yeah,
there's like a rainbow. Do you see that rainbow?
Yeah, I think that was from my camera because this should be all green. So any color
Oh,
that's
okay.
introduced into it was from my lens, probably. But yeah, I was wondering that too. I was like, oh my gosh, what's this rainbow thing I see? And it's actually this.
Yeah.
It's actually that.
I'm glad you know. You understand the optics of
Right.
cameras and what we're looking at.
But this is the stars, and you could see them through the clouds. I mean, his
Yeah,
equipment is amazing. So
it
I mean,
is.
I didn't capture any craft or anything, but it's pretty neat to be
What is that
able to.
black thing? Is that black thing a bird?
It's a piece of dust on the lens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did see a light up on the base of the mountain that
Yeah.
first night. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, and I can actually show that. Let's see how
I caught
far.
video. I caught stills of it and sent them to you. I sent 4 stills of the light on the base of the mountain, and for some reason, there's an orb next to it in the field closer to us. Did you notice that?
No, I couldn't see. They looked all black to me, but I was looking on my phone. I need to, I guess, pull them up on the computer.
I've got them here. If you want to screen share.
Yeah, let's just do that. I'll just
Okay.
share.
Okay. So, is my screen on yet for everybody to
No, I
see?
just see your camera.
Do I need to hit anything to screen share, or do you do it?
No, you do it. You go up to the top right corner and the 3 little dots. You'll see it
Here
says
we
share screen.
go.
Yeah.
Top right corner. I got the 3 dots and just hit screen share,
Yeah.
and then
And then,
it says share entire screen. Here we go. Okay. So can you see it now?
I can see me. Yeah.
Can you see that?
There we go. Yeah.
That is Mount Hood. I thought it was Mount Adams, but I wasn't sure. But again, it's like the standalone volcano with snow on it year round.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. I can't see who that is in the field with us. It's not
That's
Jenny.
Sandy.
That's Sandy. Okay.
Yeah.
So the sun was going down quite late, and we were looking for orbs. That one I took off of your notification today, where you said, "Hey guys, we're coming on later." And that's with James. And then here's the beginning of it. Let's see. And there's nothing there but this orb. I don't know how close I can get in on it, but it kind of is an interesting little orb. Because this was a screen burst. Did you catch this when you were looking at the photos?
Right. This is all I could see. Yeah. But I wasn't sure where you were taking it at. So this is looking towards the mountain from.
This is looking towards the mountain. And then let's see if we got the light that lights up. Because it is on my screen, but I don't know if it always translates when you.
I'll let you know.
There it comes.
Yeah. There I see it.
Brighter. Brightest.
Ah, nice.
That's
So
on
that's
the
that
bottom.
light. That's
Yeah.
that doorway that kept opening up. That he said?
Yeah. It's on the mountain and it's super bright and it
Can
like.
we zoom in on that now?
Yeah. You want me to try?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm not as good as you. You know this stuff. There it is. Now, that could be because I moved my camera, right?
Yeah.
That's on the
exactly.
base of the mountain, 13 miles away. So you can imagine how bright that light really was.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, and
here's,
it would be much bigger than that. Would have to be like several cars in size. I mean, to be that big in there.
and it was one light. It wasn't 2. And it kept throwing, because this disappeared, it kept throwing this orby thing up in the field. Or maybe that's above it. Some dispersal of light was always caught above it. What do you think that is? See those 3 dots?
Yeah, that's amazing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
That doesn't change a lot either, does it?
No, it doesn't change. And then it disappears when the light disappears. So they're kind of together.
But it appeared before the light, right?
Yeah, right before the light. First, we get the little orb because that was a burst where you hold the camera down, hoping that a light will light. And the light came back and the little orb flashed. And then the light flashed on the base of the mountain.
Oh, wow.
So that's a pretty strong white light, don't you think?
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any
definitely.
point going in more. I mean, it's like pure white. I think the shape is from moving the camera, not holding it perfectly still. Don't
Okay,
you?
so you were holding it with your hands?
Yeah, I was holding it with my hands, hoping that the light would come back because it had just flashed us. And then I was bursting the film, you know, when you press down your finger and then it just takes a whole bunch of shots.
Yeah.
And this was with it, whatever that is.
Is that the sky or the mountain there?
Well, let's see, if that's the base of the mountain, that's the mountain.
Right.
So maybe 3 little lights on the mountain, not
Yeah.
as bright as the original light. I can't really figure these out. They're interesting though. See, they're always together. And then there's Marianne waving. No orbs, and the mountain's straight behind them. It's a shame it doesn't show up better. Jose and Terry. Now these are our 2 lurkers, and they were on tonight. Did you see them in the chat, Shane?
No, I didn't.
That's Donna on the left, on my right, and that's Marge on my right.
Marcy, yeah.
Marcy,
right.
sorry.
Yeah.
Marcy. Yeah, they were chit-chatting.
That's
And
nice.
there's Atsuko and Marianne. Did you want me to show you the rest of these or not? Because you're going to go through them. I just sent these to you. They are courtesy of Nancy.
Oh, did you see that one? Look at this one. This one's from Atsuko.
Yep, this is Atsuko, and that is Mount Shasta. She stopped at Mount Shasta on the way, and look at the orb she got.
Yeah, look at that rainbow orb. She had 2 of them.
Isn't that amazing? Look at that rainbow.
That's crazy.
And there's her little, and that's so cute, that little sign. Kind of it's around a bend, and it catches up. It like jumps out at you as you're looking for ECETI. It's just kind of there. So here was the light. Remember, we're standing together with James, and the light was like right there. That would put the orb shadow about there.
Okay, because there's another door over that way. Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, there. If I remember right, there was a light over in the lower left. There was a light right where you're saying, and then up
Right
into
there.
the left a little bit was another spot.
Well, that's where
I can see both of our pointers, but
Oh,
you
okay.
can't see mine.
Interesting.
So yeah, just up and to the left from there, more in between those sort of peaky parts. Just right, actually, where your arrow is pointed to. Just that direction.
That's like where the orb would have shown up.
Right.
Above the light, like a doorway. Like it was an odd shape. It wasn't round like an orb at all.
Well, let's take a look at. That was actually Pork Chuck Gang, Terry and
Jose?
Yeah, there's James.
James hung out with us all a lot, didn't he? And he did a couple of teaching things, where he was teaching people different things.
Yeah, that weren't really scheduled to do that. He said he really liked the energy of the group. I like that a lot that he said that.
That was awesome because the people who volunteer there said this was their biggest weekend. We had a 99 from Unbiased and On the Fence register and an extra 40 from the public. So it was a big group.
Yeah. Yeah, in the interview, I think he said it was around 150 after it was all said and done.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we had a lot of people that didn't register till they were on the way there,
There's Angela with Nancy. That's their little cabin. Do you see that little house in the woods? They slept in there. No electricity. How cool is that? That's the Eagle's Nest. What do you think they're going to do with our guest house that we stayed in if they tear it down?
I have no idea. Yeah, I was surprised that.
There it is. There's where we stayed.
Mm-hmm.
right? It was great because it had a little kitchen and a little sitting area that people could come and go.
Yeah.
The fire pit, which was the smoker's pit. So if you wanted to find anybody, it was kind of like a message board area. You could go there and look for people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the old cat. Again, it's really funny the way people take pictures of the portaloo, the porta potty.
Yeah.
There's that thing I'm trying to describe. It's like, um, is
You
it the
can double click and go in and do like kind of a quick zoom when you just double click.
that's the
Oh.
Palladian one, isn't it? Oops!
Yeah.
Wow, did I get big there? So, it's a vortex energy site for meditating, and the vortex that we stepped into and danced in was right beyond it, right in front of these trees. That first night, you didn't sleep at all, did you? You were so hyped up about being there. You stayed up the whole night, didn't you?
Yeah, and I got so many images where I was leaving the shutter open for 10 seconds, and I got all these streaks that I'm trying to decipher what's airplanes, what's shooting stars, what's possibly ships. That's what I've been poring over because it's so. I caught something really cool today after looking at Not So Fancy Nancy's image
Did
with the
you?
three.
Did you
Let me see.
find it in Nancy's
Do you have
pictures?
that? You have
I
that,
do.
right?
I've got all of her pictures right here. Nancy was she's working tonight and she just sent them over. And she said, give these to Shane and if he wants to use them. Did you find like a little UFO in her blue sky shots?
No, I looked at that same time on my footage of that same class, and I caught
Oh,
this like red wave going over James while he was teaching the class.
oh
I'll
yeah.
have it in
Remember?
the
And she got
video,
the
but
purple wave. She got the purple lights.
right. Well, this was more of a red. I don't know if it's just my camera was picking it up as red instead of the purple violet sort of color that she was getting, but let me see.
There for Christopher's birthday. And then the cat was snuggling with Angela all night and licking Christopher's face on her t shirt,
Yeah.
which was amazing. Now, Joe has a channel too, the guy in the blue here, because there's Dan and there's Pete from Talk is Cheap and Renee. Her angel wings. I'm trying to get to the purple light. Aw, you guys singing songs. I miss that. See, I couldn't be everywhere at once. But it was nice because we had a lot of little small groups doing different things, didn't we?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
There's Rita. She's still driving home. She said in the chat, did you catch that? I love your green guitar.
That's the one that John sent me.
Really?
Yeah, he actually sent that to me,
I've
gifted it
never
to me.
seen a green guitar before. And James playing some kind of a flute.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Go Kart Bob with Jose and Terry.
Let's go, Nancy and Renee.
Yep, here's Biker Babe on the corner here. And Shiny. We've all adopted Shiny as like my second daughter now.
Yeah.
And that's Lenny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's the little kitchen. Bob and I got to clean it up. I cleaned it up the first night, and he cleaned it up the second night, so I just kept him company. Like at 3 in the
Awesome.
morning. Cleaning up the kitchen at 3 o'clock in the morning. Michelle's not going to like that picture. She'll like that one better. Here's a better one of John not moving. This is during the rainstorm where people had to dive for cover.
Oh yeah.
And there's the cat giving Angela and her Christopher's photograph on her t-shirt a lot of love. He kept like licking it and cleaning it and like there we
Yeah, that
go.
was for
Here
a
you go.
while too.
This is the one you're talking about. There it is. I thought that
Yeah.
purple light was interesting. This is Nancy's photo. I didn't realize you had such a big group out there.
So you weren't out here at this time?
No, I was probably sleeping. Remember, I kept missing the
Actually,
morning
I think
thing.
this is when you guys ran into town.
Oh yeah, we went in to get chicken and salad for everybody. We bought like 4 chickens and Jose bought tons of salad. so that nobody
Awesome.
would go hungry. We just stick it in the fridge. What do you think of those purple lights?
That's wild. That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe you can ask James about it. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna have him on live this week.
No, actually, we recorded a while we were there. We recorded something, and I've
Cool.
got it. Yeah, and I've got it ready to up. Actually, I think I uploaded. I just need to publish it at this point.
When do you think you'll publish your interview with James? That's the cabin again, Nancy's and Angela's, the Eagle's Nest on a little
Probably a
tiny.
little bit after we get done here.
Oh, cool! And we get a bonus tonight, guys. There we go. Sherry, Shiny, and Nancy. That photo is so beautiful.
Yeah,
It looks professional.
that's awesome. That's Susan over there.
Yep.
There's Jenna,
Susan by design.
Sandy.
There's Jenna, Sandy by design, Marianne. There's Mike.
Yeah, my sky's 5D.
My Sky's 5D. Now, I know that's Chibi, which is by design's daughter, but I don't know who she's talking to. I think he's the guy who saw the gnome who comes back every year. Pretty sure.
Hmm.
And there's Michelle with that beautiful rock where she did an amazing ceremony for her daughter, for Shannon. It was just the most beautiful ceremony I've ever been lucky
Yeah.
enough to be in and be with. And there's her husband Joe.
Hmm. That thing was hard to break, wasn't
It was. You guys had to break
it?
that up for everybody. But it was well worth the effort, wasn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to show before we get too far away from the one with the green, or I'm sorry, the purple beams. I wanted to show the one that I have that is the video that
Oh, you
from
got a
that same
video?
time.
Cool.
Yeah, and what I
Can I see
captured.
can I
Yeah,
see it as well?
let me share. I'm going
How
to
how
share
do I
my
stop
screen.
sharing? Do you want me to stop?
Yeah, you can just hit the stop sharing. Yeah, that somewhere on that. There you go. For God, I could see. There's my grandson
Did I
back
do
there.
it? I could hear him. Someone's
Okay,
having fun tonight. Did I stop sharing? Are we good?
we are good. Let me pull.
Cool.
Okay,
I
so
always see something different than you guys see. Oh, now I can see it. Now I can see your photos. They're shiny in the blanket. I borrowed her blanket one night.
now look at this. I'll get to the video in just a second, but
So cold out
you
there.
see how something looks like it's pulling it? I
Yes,
mean, it
it
could be the wind, but she
does.
had that little Bigfoot that kept that goosed her and then was walking and holding her hand, and I was wondering if we caught it pulling on her
That is a
blanket.
very odd shape of a
See that?
blanket. Yep. Yep.
It
It's like,
looks like something's pulling on it. Now she's in the dark, so that flash came on for a split second.
oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, I wonder. She's in the. She's actually. Wouldn't it be cool if we could make out a little Bigfoot down there?
Look. Look at like the little hands on it where like part of the blanket is missing.
Yeah, like it's held right here where it's
Uh-huh.
scrunched together. Yeah,
Like it's held where it's scrunched together and being pulled out and away from her.
yeah. Oh, she says it was the gnome.
Was that the gnome? The gnome that took a walk on her feet. She went out the next night, and she and that guy that we had a photo of who goes there regularly, they saw a whole family of Bigfoot by the river at night, all different, heights and ages. And that's where she met the gnome. And the gnome was like taking a ride on her feet.
Okay, I believe it's. Let's see. Yeah, it's the one with 333 in the. When you know it. Let's see here. Okay, so watch this. So
Okay,
let me pull it through here.
you got video.
Look here at this red that starts to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's like, do you see? Like,
I see it. I see it clearly over the green.
let me wind it back a little bit. Oh, let me mute it. I forgot you guys can hear that. Sorry.
There. Look, can you see it? It's almost like an orb. It's almost like an
See there?
oblong.
Look at it. Look at that.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I wonder if that's related to the purple energy.
That's what I was wondering. That's why I brought it up because it's more red from this direction,
It
but
is
maybe it's
red.
that same whatever was causing it from her
There you go.
direction.
There you go.
Maybe
See?
maybe we're seeing it like because there's something there bouncing around while he's waving, you know, and then
I feel
all of
like
us
he's
there.
drawing it in. I feel like he's drawing that energy in and sharing it. It's
Yeah,
kind of
it's like the
hanging
whole
over him.
group. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like pulling it into the whole group is like
Yep.
collectively pulling it in. It's amazing.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't see like a red over green. That has to be a pretty intense color to be seen over the dark green.
Right? And you can see it there a little bit, and
Wow. What were you
there it
guys
is again.
doing?
Look at
Yeah,
that.
there it is.
That's
Oh, look at it
wild.
moving.
Yeah,
Was it qi gong that you were doing?
I believe it was. I couldn't remember the name of it,
Yeah, I
but
think it's
yeah.
qi gong instead of tai chi. Look
But
at that. So, Michelle's opinions keep saying that it was very thin there. She could feel the thinness of being able to see through the veils that we normally don't see through or feel.
hmm yeah, and I think they said that is because of what, like magnetic anomalies in the area or something. Like the magnetics of the Earth are kind of
Really high
thin.
there. And James has this incredible connection to the land and the elementals and the spirit of that land. It's like, I
hmm
feel like he can just draw things out of it that maybe,
And land would be red. It would be like the root, right? Like
yeah,
grounded, the
the
root.
root chakra of red. I mean, red is such a wonderful color. And we tend to ignore it and go for the purples, which are in the head and the spirit. And we forget about the earth colors.
Yeah. That's amazing. That
That is
she
amazing.
captured it as purple, and then from my angle, I captured this weird red
Yeah, I can see
blob.
it.
That's amazing. Anyway, I just had to share that. That'll be in the next video, but I knew.
That's cool.
I actually found that today when you sent me Nancy's pictures. I'm like, I gotta go check that out and see.
Oh, because you then went to the video of the same purple where you saw the purple shining through from above, which is the higher chakra, and then
hmm
the red is from the root chakra from the ground.
Interesting.
Yeah, you guys caught both ends of the
Both ends of the
chakras.
spectrum. Yeah,
Yeah, of the
that's cool.
spectrum, of the rainbow spectrum.
Wow. Is Nancy in here? She's working, I
She's
think. Right.
working. She's going to catch it later, though.
Thank you, Nancy, for sharing that. Thank you for Donna. Thank you, Donna, for coming out and chatting.
Yeah, and thank you,
And
Atsuko, too, for your photos too. And John Binney said if you want to borrow any of his, he's got the on his songs, he's got some of the vortex video. But it didn't show up the way it looked for our eyes. Remember how our eyes, we said it was like it was trailing the hand? On the video, you just get a little bit of a trail. The video
yeah,
didn't catch what our eyes did, that's for sure.
that was the other thing with Atsuko and I. We were the one night we were there. Actually, let me pull the picture up because we were excited. We thought we had. I still feel like we captured something extraordinary, but it ended up on the star map showing up as a star. But our perceptions were being manipulated of how we can see it.
I
Not
was
just me
wondering
and
about
Ats,
that.
not just me and Atsuko. We heard other people discussing it. I circled it with my laser, so I know we were all talking about the same thing. It appeared to be moving up and down, left and right, disappearing and reappearing, and doing all this stuff.
Maybe it
And then
was.
at some point, it was just the star. So how do you
Seriously?
explain that?
Like maybe it wasn't in front of the star and blinding you to the star so you couldn't see the star, and then when it disappeared, the star appeared that was behind it? Is that possible or not?
Right, or they manipulated the way we were perceiving it in real time. You know, they were making it move around when it really wasn't. But they were doing it for all of us because we were like, look, it's
Everybody
moving
was
up,
seeing
it's
it.
moving down. We were seeing it move up and down, and I kept trying to convince Atsuko it was the star. She goes, no, it was moving up and down. I'm like, I know what you're saying, but it's like on the star map now. I
No,
saw it moving up and down and left and right and all that too, and disappearing and reappearing in a different spot. But it was a star after we looked at
after
it
it
for.
settled, it was like
Yeah,
it
I'll
was.
show a picture of it real quick. Let me.
Was this by any chance Sunday night? Because Frank told me, ask Shane what happened Sunday night. Is that what happened Sunday night during star watching?
Sunday night.
Because we left Sunday morning at dawn, and then somebody said, ask Shane what happened Sunday night, the last evening of UFO watching.
I believe it was then. Yeah, because Atsuko and I were looking at these. Let me pull them up. We were both capturing pictures of it. Let me see if I can. Oh, it's funny that these look like it's daytime. This was actually leaving the shutter open at night. It looked like it was daytime.
What's that white dot? What do you think that white
These are
dot?
stars because
Oh,
this is really at night.
yeah, it does look
So
like daytime. What's
so here
that?
it is. This is the
That's
object in
it?
question. Now we watched it. We checked it out.
That's huge if that's a star. That looks more like the bright white light that I caught on my shot because it's so big.
See, it almost looked like it was split in half. We
Don't you
looked at
feel like
these
that's a
on
little big for a star?
That's out of focus.
I,
I hear what you're saying,
I feel
but
that's too big for a star.
and look how here it looks like you can see a half line in it.
It's kind of pink and red around the edges.
Yeah, it was changing colors. It was flickering in different rainbow colors, red and blue and green and
What time of
yellow.
night was that? Do you remember?
This was just as the sun was going down. Now you see how it's moving. It's
I saw it move
rising.
to the right. Yep, yep.
You can see throughout these pictures, it's constantly moving to the right. It just keeps moving to the right.
I mean, do you
And
know how long it takes for a star to move across the night sky? A long time.
here it is zoomed out. Here it is. This is the one that we were looking at. And you can see it just continues to move. And
Yeah, but if the other stars above it aren't moving at the same pace,
yeah, they
and they're
all
not,
are.
they are?
Yeah,
Are all the stars moving to the right at the same pace?
yeah. So I don't know. Explain that one because we saw it moving up and down and left and right and disappearing and moving around. And Atsuko was right there. We were trying to figure it out. It's like that's why we were like, how can it be a star? I don't know. I don't. Whoops.
I would probably doubt that that one was a star if it was moving around that much. Or you guys were looking through the vortex because that really messes with your eyes. The plasma really messes with your eyes.
Sort
when
of like that
plasma
heat
is
effect
moving.
where
Yeah. And it's
something like
thick,
that.
and it's thick. It's a thick, solid fog, and it's blurry, and it just changes light. It changes light a lot. So you might have been looking through a vortex, or you might have been seeing a ship playing with you,
Right.
messing around with you.
I did see one that I saw what I thought was a satellite, because it was just moving
Uh-huh.
across the sky like a little star. But then it like changed and started going in a 45-degree angle from where it had
Yeah, and
been.
they don't do that. Satellites just go
No.
one direction. You're like, I caught one. I
And
don't
just at the time when I was like, wait a minute, it changed direction, then it stopped. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, no, not
because all the
satellites.
stars were there, I lost it because there's so many stars. So once it stopped moving, I was like, wait, which one was it? And I just lost it. It could have blinked out when it was even with the star or something too. I don't really know.
But you can usually catch it on the other side as it continues to moving and move in its arc. It has that one solid arc.
Thank you, Frank, for the hat. This hat's from Frank. He says 333.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I
Was
love
that
it.
was that one of Case's hats that Frank bought you?
Yep, exactly. Case from Everyday Master.
That's so funny because when we saw him with it, Frank, we're like, "Where's Case? Where is he?" We recognize that hat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the 1111 one. I love that
Yep.
one too.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually had a reconnective healing with Frank there, and that was awesome. You know what?
Oh,
Actually, what Case does. That thing.
cool.
And it was really cool. I had to giggle because my fingers were twitching and my eyes were twitching, and I never understood the video of the guy that's laughing while he's like his body's moving around. But
He started laughing.
once I experienced it, I'm like, wow, this is so weird and cool that just the involuntary movements of my body and stuff. And you know what he also did? I had that spinning, the thing that I get in my third eye where it feels like it's spinning if I meditate too long and it makes me feel like I need to lay down. Well, that started spinning like that while he was doing it. And I told him, I said, oh, my third eye's spinning like it does. It does this vortex spinning thing. And he said, well, let's see how fast we can spin it. So
Seriously.
yeah, so it got more and more intense, and then it felt like it evened out. It was really nice, almost like a
Really?
wobbly top, and then you get it going really fast and it stabilizes. So
Instead of
there's-
knocking you off the table or the chair that
Exactly.
it actually improved it. I wonder what the
So he
lasting
pushed me.
effects will be.
Yeah, he actually pushed me through that into
Wow.
yeah, just in just a matter of moments.
That
It
is
was
so
amazing.
cool, Frank. If he's
Yeah.
here, he's here.
Yeah, he's here in the chat.
Awesome.
So thank you, and he helped so many people there. I know Angela was bragging on it. I think Nancy, several people.
I wonder if he studied the same way that Case did, if there's like one place you go, one school, one master that you learn this stuff with, or you learn it from multiple people.
No, I think there's just one,
Okay.
or I think at least they went to the same person.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I think it's really fascinating, amazing to watch.
it really is
Yeah.
awesome. So I guess with that, I will be
Yeah.
releasing this other interview with James here shortly. Love you guys.
I can't wait to see it. It was amazing. And just out of curiosity, are you feeling like you want to go back to ECETI next summer? Or are you feeling like, let's take the group to Sedona, Chaco Canyon, Mount Shasta, Yosemite? You know, there's lots of vortexes all over the country. Or do you feel a special connection there? Like, let's go back.
Hmm. I definitely want to go back, but I'm open to going to other places too.
Yeah, I feel I could do both, but I feel I want to go back. I
Yeah,
feel like just having the 3 days and the 3 nights wasn't enough.
yeah.
I
And
need
I
to go
like to
back
take my
longer.
family the next time too. I
Yeah,
think
and
the kids will really enjoy
I
it.
barely got to say hi to Kate, and I barely got to say hi to T. Taylor because they arrived Saturday night and we left Sunday morning, crack of dawn. So
Mm,
I got to go back and stay longer. You know, do the 5 day trip for sure.
very good. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, Mount Shasta. I'd go saying Mount Shasta. That'd be a good spot. I'm thinking something more in the east though, just for the simple fact of making it more
Yeah,
accessible to people.
what are the vortexes on the East Coast? I know about I know Mount Shasta, um, ECETI, the Everglades. Those are really strong vortexes in terms of the map of
Hmm.
the energies. So there's got to be something. There's probably a lot on the East Coast.
Well, there's something Piero was talking about. I'm not sure if she ever tunes in, but she's in like Virginia or somewhere out to the east. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I'm sure
supposed
we can look it up and find some other vortexes to visit. I hope we do
absolutely.
ECETI again, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I still hope I get electricity, though. That was a real pleasure having some electricity and a shower and a refrigerator, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to go back with, but I'm sure to be as good or better than what they have there,
Yeah.
right?
And it was communal. Our little living room became kind of communal, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Lots of love to you guys. And thank you, Eileen, again
Thank you,
for
Shane.
everything. All right.
Thanks,
Peace, everybody.
everybody. Love you. Bye.
Bye. If you'd like to support the work I do, go to paypal.me/UOTF. Thanks.